Hello everyone, Biff Hunt, President of Made You here. So glad you took a moment to watch this video. Gonna spend a little bit of time and talk about daycare. Gonna cover 4 different topics. We're gonna talk about daycare and the advantages. Also talk about some of the other activities and things that you can do with daycare. We're gonna talk about the benefits of the daycare and how daycare works for different personalities. We're gonna talk about the different ways to drop off and pick up your pet from daycare or get them to and from daycare. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the packages and the different ways that you can pay for daycare. So quickly, daycare, the benefits and how we operate and why we are able to fit so many different pets' personalities. Number 1, we do not do a personality test. The reason we do not do that is we do not have only 1 or 2 groups to do daycare with. In other words, you don't have just a big dog group and a small dog group, and if your pet doesn't do well in those, either one of those, then they don't get to come to daycare. We don't do that. We can actually create 10 to 20 different groups. We even have the ability to do private daycare with just intermittent visits to group playtime throughout the stay. So if you have a pet that can get super worked up and bring out some aggressive tendencies, we can cater to that pet. If you have a pet that is super laid back and easygoing, no problem, we've got a group for that. If you have a pet that has social anxiety, separation anxiety, we have groups for that. So how does it work? When you check a pet in with us, what we know is territory creates a lot of the issues that pets have socially. They learn behavior over a period of time, and different outside stimulation, invading their territory or being exposed to outside stimulation by walking on leash or going to the vet or to a grooming shop or whatever the case, dog park. The territory typically is the reason that they have that. Now, how do we overcome that? By coming to daycare here and dropping them off, the first thing we're going to do is, in a very positive way, take the pet back into doggy daycare. We're going to put them in a group by themselves between 2 large groups. We're going to watch that pet and see how they adjust. Once they start introducing themselves through the fence, which they will do within minutes, we start looking at who we can put in with the new dog. It's going to match their personality. It's going to be a dog or 2 that does not force play on the new dog. We do not want fear and intimidation. And we allow the new dog, we put the regulars, 1 or 2 regulars, in with the new dog, so the new dog doesn't feel like it's invading the pack's territory. So by doing that, putting the regular in with the new dog has not claimed the territory, and it basically allows them to be in a very controlled group of 1 or 2 dogs that are going to have the regulars doing what they want to do, and it will encourage the new dog to follow the lead. What that's doing is basically removing the pet from the territory where they've learned behavior in a group within the 4 walls and 4 fences of their everyday life. And until you remove that pet from that pack and from that territory, until you do that, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to eliminate some of the behaviors that you've seen. This even goes for dogs that may have had negative experiences. We had a pet that checked in a couple weeks ago named Lady Sparks, and she had actually, the mother had witnessed her be mauled before when she was much, much younger. And of course, as pet parents, we all do not want to put Lady or any other pet into a group or an environment that may let them think that something like that is going to happen. Well, that's understandable. But what we also know is, if for some reason she still carries that fear with her, every time she experiences any group where she may be a little uncomfortable, if she's dwelling on that, it's going to be an uncomfortable experience. So what we want to do is give her a control group, give other dogs a control group where they can experience fun social activity in a group that's not going to expose them to that fear and intimidation, so they can overcome those fears. We know that they can experience it and have negative experience and then carry that with them. But we also found that you can expose them to positive things after that and have them overcome those fears, and us overcome our fears as well as pet parents, so that we can see that, oh, okay, we can do this again. And what it does is give that pet that's had a negative experience or have a pet that has social anxiety or separation anxiety, the ability to grow socially, build social skills, build self-confidence in a way that allows them to blossom, like sending a shy kid to summer camp. They experience what it's like to look up to new leaders, new mentors, and by doing that, they're breaking the mold of only having the pack at home and the routine at home and the territory at home as that security blanket. Now they're developing a security blanket of them looking up to others. And the way it really blossoms is when you bring in a new dog and invite that dog into the new pets group. Okay, we have, we'll say your pet, that may have fear and intimidation in the past, and we're introducing it into group. After that new pet has been here for a while and it's got mentors it's looking up to, we're going to have a new pet that comes in that's never been here before that your pet becomes a mentor to. Well, now you've got the full dynamic of role-playing in a pack environment where you've got dogs above in a totem pole and you've got dogs below, and you're really starting to see them role play at different levels of a social pecking order. And now you're really rounding off social rough edges big time. It's really, really cool. And after a dog has been here for a few days, sometimes a few hours, maybe a week or two, depending on the individual situation, we can graduate that pet from a really, really laid back group because the self-confidence is up, and now we're starting to see more rambunctious play and behavior, and we need to move that dog that came in very shy and timid with no self-confidence and move it into a more rambunctious group to fit its new, more socially mature self. Really, really cool, guys. So between the way that works, we can also do use those same principles to work into park adventures. And the park adventures is an hour of playtime in our 2.5 acre dog park with a pond and different equipment to play on and so forth. We've got big plans for this new year to have some cool new stuff put out there, but it really changes the experience to do park adventures along with the daycare. And you can actually do that on a daily basis and pay as you go, or we have subscriptions, and I'm going to cover some of that in just a moment as well, some of the other things. So again, fit any dog's personality. It's advantageous to do doggy daycare for any behavior. You're welcome to take a tour of the facility. We open at 7:30, we close at 6. We normally do tours starting between 8:30 and 9, and we typically take tours until 5 o'clock. Now, we've covered the benefit and how it works. Of course, when you have happy-go-lucky pets and easygoing pets, it's very easy. Very, very easy. So I normally start by talking about some of the more extreme things that we look at and think, wow, it's going to be hard to overcome with dogs that have had negative experiences or some skittish behavior or shyness. So we've covered that. Next thing we'll talk about is drop-off and pickup. We have 4 different ways that you can get your pets to and from daycare. Of course, we open at 7:30, we close at 6. You can drop off in the lobby during that time, anytime that you want, and visit with us a bit and drop off and pick up, no worries. The other thing that we have is for pet parents that are super, super busy. You may have to be at work at 8 or later or something, and you want to drop off here after 7:30. But you don't want to have to come into the facility, or you get off work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and you're just tired and you don't want to deal with it. We have a daycare drive-through. It's a free service, of course, and basically what that means is you can just be a single individual going to and from work, or you can be a mom with 3 kids in the back seat and a couple of dogs you got to drop off and pick up from daycare. You do not have to get out of the vehicle. It can be raining, it can be sunny, it can be 7:30 in the morning, it can be 8:30 in the morning. You can be in and out of here in just a couple minutes, drop the pets off. We have an attendant under our daycare drive-through area that will get the pets and bring the pets back out for when you pick them up in the afternoon, and you're on your way. So super convenient. That way you're not having to unload and load everybody in and out to come in and out of the lobby. The other thing that we have, it's the most popular way that we have people dropping off in the morning and sometimes one of the busiest for pickup in the afternoon, and that is our free before hours and after hours drop off and pickup area. It's under our daycare drive-through, and we do have to show you how to use that. There are videos down below, guys, for both the daycare drive-through and the before and after hours drop off and pickup area, videos on how those work. So you can certainly watch those, and we can show you how to use the before and after hours drop off area. Now, how that works, if you have to be to work super early before 7:30, or you work late after 6 and you cannot get here during open hours, it is free to drop off and pick up your pets. You make arrangements with our front desk, either through calling or texting, or you can just set up something in the system with us by letting us know, and we'll create an icon that lets us know that if your pet is still here at closing time, we put them out there in the after hours pickup area. It is a gated, secure area. Again, there's a video down below that you can see how that works, and it is our most popular way of dropping off and picking up. So we've covered lobby, we've covered daycare drive-through, we've covered before and after hours drop off and pickup. The final thing is pet shuttle. Pet shuttle is awesome. Whether you live in the Callaway area or out at the beach or in Lynn Haven, we even have some pets from Bayou George in that area. You can make arrangements with us to do pickup and delivery. It can be every now and again, or you can use it on a daily basis. Again, it can be packaged together with different types of daycare, whether it's daycare by itself, park adventures with daycare, shuttle, or whatever the case. You can actually pay as you go, or bundle it into a subscription. Subscriptions are going to be, as I mentioned before, about half price. So, which I haven't really covered packages, but subscriptions are about half price. So like daycare by itself, if you didn't do anything but daycare, it's $30 for a week. So very, very reasonable. And so anyway, back to the different ways to get here. We have lobby, we have daycare drive-through, we have before and after hours, and we have shuttle. Now, with shuttle, you do not even have to be home to use the pet shuttle. You can make arrangements with us and with our driver. If you wanted to leave a key or a gate code, we have a lot of customers that do this, maybe a young professional that lives in an apartment, and just needs to get their pet out of the house and grow socially and have some fun during the day. Or it can be a family of 5 that just has a crazy schedule getting kids to and from. If your day starts early and you leave before the shuttle gets there, or if the shuttle gets back before you get back home, we can drop off and pick up your pet, and you do not have to be there. And there is a video down below as well. It kind of gives you an idea of how that works. So yeah, that's the 4 different ways. And then I did talk a little bit about packages because I got off topic a little bit, but packages for daycare, you can pay as you go. Again, if you have just daycare, or daycare with park adventures, or daycare with shuttle, or the full boat with daycare, park adventures, and shuttle pickup and delivery, pay as you go, or there are subscriptions built in for all of those. They all wind up to be about half price. Meaning you can come 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and only pay 2.5 days worth is what it about winds up being, which is super, super affordable. So the other thing too is if you board with us and you have a subscription that you've signed up for, you can sign up for those through your customer portal or with our front desk in person. You can call us or text us and we can get that set up. It does require for a subscription to have a credit card on file in your portal. You can start that anytime, meaning you can sign up today and have it start immediately, or you can actually go into your portal and set a start date for future. So you can say, you know what, I need a subscription to daycare. I need a week to start Wednesday of this week in 2 days and end on the 20th. Whatever the case, you can plug a start date in and end date in. And what that means is the start date, the credit card will not be billed until the day at 12:01, the day that you decide to start. It will not get billed until then. So if you said, you know, I've had a change in schedule, I don't need it now, or I need it to start a day later, you can contact us and we can move that date. It will not affect your credit card at all. We don't have to refund anything because it is not billed the day you're setting it up. It's billed on the day it's supposed to start. So really, really cool there. Again, if you need to cancel for any reason, if you create a subscription, you can cancel anytime. You just contact us and we will cancel that for you. And it will also tell you about all the stipulations for the subscriptions down below in the frequently asked questions area. So guys, I've covered everything. I know it's kind of a long video. It's a little bit detailed because we're talking personality and other details as well. But you can certainly ask us questions, take a tour, shoot us a text, watch those videos below, peruse the website, and we'd be glad to cover anything that you have, any questions, and we look forward to being able to help you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we hope to see you real soon. Thanks.